Hello all, this is John from EastCoastArmory.com, and I'm here today with a model showcase video for this 1/6 scale Dragon GPW Jeep. Like I mentioned with my Schwinn Wagon video, the Jeep here was first offered by DML as a fully built model, only to be released a few months later as an unassembled kit. It here was built about 2 years ago, and this showcase video is showing what the model builds into. Also, as of note, the figure that we see here is just for size comparison and is not included with the model. Quick walk around the vehicle. Starting with the kit assembles as a basic Jeep. The 50 caliber machine gun is not, and the MP48 spring antenna base that we have mounted on this one are not part of the original kit. The model itself is all comprised out of plastic pieces and assembles very easily. The instructions are a lot better than those of the original Dragon kits like the Schwinn Wagon and possibly the Couple Wagon. This is the largest plastic kit of a Jeep that's on the market and does offer the model maker a lot of versatility. First thing as of note, the kit does include clear plastic lenses for all of the lights, including the tail lights and reflectors that are on the side. One common complaint with the kit, however, is that the kit does not include an engine. The hood is functional, however, no engine is inside. A Jeep engine was originally offered by DML as a Cyber Hobby exclusive. However, as of date, they have not released it as a kit. Also, there are currently no aftermarket part manufacturers that make the Jeep 4-cylinder engine. Several model makers have decided to scratch build the Jeep engine, as well as modify the entire engine compartment, as well as the chassis of this model. This model does give you a great base to work off of for these type of modifications, and the said Jeeps that I mentioned earlier are very nicely done and can be found on the internet. Just like the Schwinn Wagon and the Couple Wagon before, the Jeep's tires have plastic hubs and real rubber tires. This comprises for both the 4 tires and wheels around the Jeep, as well as the spare tire here. Also, like on the Schwinn Wagon, the front tires do steer, and they steer a lot better than the ones on the Schwinn Wagon, especially on rougher terrain like this. However, unlike the Schwinn Wagon, the steering column is not functional, and it is not connected to the front 2 wheels. Also, as of note, several people have made radio controlled conversions for this, and as well as the Couple and Schwinn Wagon. This model also features a somewhat detailed lower chassis and drivetrain. As we can see, the 2 differentials are represented, as well as the leaf springs and shock absorbers. All these parts are molded separately and have to be glued on, thus making it a lot more detailed as if it was just molded on. For the model's tools, the kit supplies you with the shovel, the axe, and a jerry can. The axe and the shovel both have plastic handles, and like on most of my builds, I decided to replace the plastic handles for wooden ones, like we have done here. Also, the kit supplies you with the real canvas strap for all the tie downs for the tools, which is a very nice touch. The kit also supplied a canvas strap to be mounted to the jerry can. However, unfortunately, when I was building this model, I misplaced the strap and haven't had enough time to fabricate one for myself. That was made to the jerry can, as we can see really quick, is the addition of the retention chain for the cover cap. The model also includes a very detailed windshield that is also full function. The Jeep's windshield locks onto the cab in the same way it does on the real one via these 2 straps here that are fully functional. As of note, you have to be very careful with these tabs, not only when assembling them, but even afterwards that you have finished the model. Just in filming this video, I accidentally broke one of these tabs when I was trying to open up the hood. Luckily, it was a clean break and was able to go back together without any loss of function. As a nice touch, the windshield wipers are also included, and these are the manual versions. Also, as of note, the windshield that you see here, the glass, does come with the kit. However, the version on my Jeep was cracked. I've seen a few comments or problems with the early versions of these Jeeps being shipped that had a cracked or a scuffed up plastic window. Rather than calling Dragon here, I went ahead and just replaced out the molded in panels with two made from Lexan plastic. The Lexan pieces are a little bit clearer and represent glass a lot better than the kit ones. However, the kit glass is also quite well when it is intact. For the interior detailing, it's quite adequate. We have all of the small dashboard lights and gauges, and all the gauges that you see here are markings that come with the model. The model's markings are also water slide decals. However, this star that you see here was stenciled on as opposed to using the decal because I had difficulty with the large size decal. However, the USA markings and the smaller stars that we have here, these are the actual decals that came with the kit and went on and were preserved with a lacquer without any issues. The kit also includes a very basic Sideview mirror. The mirror itself is a sticker that you insert onto the plastic mirror dish and is reflective. However, it could be a little bit better by using a real small craft mirror. Some modifications that I made to the stock Jeep was the addition of the Jeep's MP48 spring antenna base. Now, if you notice, this Jeep doesn't have a radio. However, I want to make it as if the antenna base is here, but the radio was not hooked up. To do this, I had to fabricate the metal bracket that the antenna would be mounted to. The MP48 is the standard EastCoastArmory.com soft skin version of the MP48. It features a real spring, just like my standard MP48. What distinguishes this one as the soft skin version is the external insulators that we have here. Also, if we can notice, the model's antenna wire is also missing. This is again because there is no radio present. Here goes some more details of the antenna bracket as well as the antenna base. If we notice, the antenna features a hex bolt, not detailed, that would keep the antenna base fitted to the mount. The replacement that I made to the kit was the replacement of the stock tow hitch that the kit comes with that of the functional ECA Jeep tow hitch that we see here. This tow hitch is fully functional, unlike the kit one, and can be locked in the open state and closed in case you want to have it towing, say, like a 37mm gun. The two backup rings that we see mounted to each side of the tow hitch are the kits and do come molded in. To fit them to the ECA version, you simply clip them off with a clean cut snip and mount them to the ECA resin one. The last piece of detailing that was made to this Jeep was the addition of an M2 HB 50 caliber machine gun. Machine gun's base, I used the EastCoastArmory.com soft skin pintle mount and made some mods to it. The first mod that was made was the addition of the travel lock bar. This bar would unchain from here and would swing upward and would lock into this portion here of the cradle. Also, what was added was the 3 support struts. These support struts are needed if you're mounting this pintle mount onto a Jeep. The struts themselves are simply made out of 2 pieces of Plastruct angle that were glued together. For the model's cradle, I went with an Armor Packs white metal M23 50 caliber cradle. The 50 caliber cradle I've built several of and are highly recommended if you're ever mounting any type of M2 to a World War II or even a modern vehicle. For the gun itself, I went with the Dragon 1/6 scale M2 HB 50 caliber kit. As I've mentioned in my previous American Tank post, this is the best 1/6 scale 50 caliber on the market. And when you purchase the kit, it comes with a few accessories. Along with the machine gun, the kit includes the tripod, which can retract, as well as fold up. The model also includes the T&E device, which would control the transverse and elevation of the receiver. Because the gun is mounted to a vehicle, the tripod was not needed. And so, if anything, I just keep it in the stowed position in the back portion of the Jeep when the Jeep is in storage. Also, as of note, the machine gun kit also supplies you with a 50 caliber ammo can. Unfortunately, the can is that of a modern design and is not suitable for World War II use. Includes this model showcase video for this 1/6 scale Jeep. Stay tuned for more builds, and don't forget to check out EastCoastArmory.com for more builds and more detailed components. Thank you.